So problem 18 is going to round us out. And since after our last exam everybody is so expert and well practiced at factoring, now is the time for us to flex those muscles. Because what we need to do is divide these two rational expressions and then simplify our answer as much as possible. And particularly in working with rational expressions, the first instinct we should have should always be to factor everything that we see. And so we've got really three different expressions that we could factor here. We've got 4x minus 8. We've got the numerator of the first fraction, x squared minus 3x plus 2. And then we also have the denominator of the first fraction, x squared plus 5x plus 6. So let's factor each of those separately, and then we'll begin the process of carrying out that division. Starting with 4x minus 8. How can I factor 4x minus 8? You can factor that by bringing out a 4 as the greatest common factor, leaving me with the cofactor of x minus 2. So that's how I'll factor the 4x minus 8 from up there. So that one we could get by with just the GCF. Now how about the orange trinomial, x squared minus 3x plus 2? What's my factorization for that one? Yeah, we can set up our little grid and look for a pair of whole numbers, or a pair of integers, I guess, that multiply together to give me 2, and which add together to give me negative 3. What pair of whole numbers fits that bill? Negative 1 and negative 2. Yeah, that'll do it, because then this is minus 2x, this is minus 1x. Add them together, we get minus 3x. And there's a factorization for the upper left-hand factor in this pair of rational expressions. And finally, x squared plus 5x plus 6, same game. A pair of numbers which multiply together to give me how much? So I have to multiply together and give me the constant term 6. And they have to add together to give me the linear coefficient 5. 3 and 2, positive 3 and positive 2 fit the bill, because then I get 2x from this cross term, 3x from that cross term. Those are like terms that add together to give me 5x. So I have x plus 2, x plus 3, and now all my factoring tasks are taken care of. And since that's the case, now I can go up and replace all of my numerators and denominators with their factorizations. So x minus 1, x minus 2, and then in the red, we're going to have x plus 2, x plus 3. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to have 4 times the quantity x minus 2. And then downstairs there, we have an x plus 2 that we couldn't really do anything with. Okay. And then what we're doing with these is we're dividing. So how do I divide two fractions? Yep, right, multiply by their reciprocal, exactly. Flip the second one and then multiply. And when you multiply two fractions, so let's do the flipping first. I'll put the x plus 2 upstairs, and the 4 times the quantity x minus 2 downstairs. And now that I've flipped the second fraction, I'm going to multiply instead of divide. And when you multiply fractions, how do they multiply? Straight across. I'm just going to write one big long fraction bar that just connects there. So now we've done the multiplication. And the last step is to simplify. How do I simplify? Right. Find the factors on the top and the bottom that are the same, and we can eliminate them. So what factors exist in both the numerator and denominator that we can get rid of? X plus 2 is definitely a big target. Here's an x plus 2. There's an x plus 2. So we can cancel those, and then ditto the x minus 2's. Right. There's an x minus 2 here and an x minus 2 there. We can get rid of those. And so the only things that survive are an x minus 1 up top, a 4, and an x plus 3 on the bottom. And lo and behold, we look across the answer choices, and answer choice C is made to measure for that one.
Yeah,